Not the
Deficit court fees.
Yes, I agree. Well, we paid, but due to server problem, it shows as pending. Can you see the statement?
What is the matter?
Now, this concerns the selection process for filling up the posts of assistant teachers in primary schools. Now, not the issue which has
Selection process of which year?
2022. Now, not the issue which is pending before the Honorable Supreme Court arising out of this process is whether the candidates who are undergoing, who had undergone the training process or your B.Ed qualification program during the period from 20 to 2022 should also be reckoned as eligible for the purpose of the selection process. Now, not in connection with that, the Honorable Supreme Court permitted a certain portion of the vacancies to be filled up. Now, the rules require 5% of the candidates to form an additional panel, apart from the regular panel which is to be filled up by the candidates. But this 5%.
Let me understand this 5% again from you. That 5% means the person, the selected candidates, if does not join.
Waitlisted candidates.
In terms, waitlisted candidate. But if their vacancy is fulfilled, there is no chance. As usual, waitlisted candidate cannot have it then.
Now, not so. In December 2024, a process has been initiated by the board to fill up through the waitlisted candidates 5% from the 5% of the allowed strength. 9,155 was the total strength, out of which a particular portion was allowed to be filled up. So 5% of that is being reckoned for the purpose of filling up the current vacancies.
So what was the total vacancy declared?
11,765.
So out of these 11,000, how many were proposed?
9,533 were found to be eligible.
9,533 was found to be not filled up. Or not
this is to be, yes. This can be filled up. 9,533 can be.
There was vacancy, non-joining.
Yes. So, what is the elementary fact required to be ascertained is, in respect of all the DPSCs, district primary school councils, is what is the number of vacancies arising out of non-joining or the persons not participating in the recruitment process through counseling or otherwise.
Coming, sir. Just my matter has taken up.
You are appearing in this?
Yes, yes. My junior is here.
We wanted to know this fact. All the district primary school councils were approached for the purpose of this information to be supplied. Only 2 of them came out with results. I'm not the information. Being not the Jhargram and not the other one is Howrah, Hooghly. But it showed the figure of persons who were absent in counseling and who had not joined. Now, surprisingly, on 20th December 2024, 56 persons, all from the OBC A category, reserved category, have been called for counseling in respect of this 5% additional panel. But I'm not on the larger issue which was addressed by the the Honorable Division Bench of this court for the time being, as regards not the declaration of OBCs or not. But not regardless of that fact, if there are seats which had fallen vacant by reason of not falling vacant, which had not been filled up by reasons of persons not having participated in the counseling process or not having further carried on with the recruitment process. But this has to be first of all declared transparently. Not kindly directs not all the DPSCs are respondents.
First of all, that affidavit is just the matter with the order.
That is in respect of recruitment process of 2020. And this is recruitment process 2022, different recruitment process.
Same direction is necessary.
Same direction is necessary.
To disclose.
Yes.
Under all DPSCs.
Yes.
But it is your main prayer. First of all, you declare what is the vacant posts for non-joining occurred due to non-joining of the candidate, successful candidate. That is your first prayer.
Among 9,174.
That has been declared by the DPSCs?
Yes. Board has appointed 9174 from the main panel. Total number of vacancies allowed to be filled up is 9533. 9174 appointed. So balance is 359. So this is now to be filled up from the 5% additional panel.
This information is coming in your hand.
That's
from where?
that's from the report filed before the Honorable Supreme Court. Please come to page 87.
Lordship will hear me after Mr. Majumdar concludes.
Then, so you are now restricting 351 is the vacant post.
359,
So as per that
Additional.
rule 9 possibly, na?
8,
8.
It is rule 86.
85 and 86, not the interplay of these two rules.
That has to be followed now to fill up this 356 according to you.
Now I'm not,
Which I dispute.
56 have been called for counseling. How?
OBCA.
All obviously.
But OBCA cannot be, this OBCA category has got nothing to do.
Amol Chandra Das saves those candidates who prior to the date of the judgment had applied with their OBC
No, had
certificates.
already been appointed and working. It only saves those.
Prospective means prospective in nature that they have not been appointed yet.
That's not the issue raised in this petition. Subject to correction, I have read it. Read the petition.
I did not, that's not in the broader
First
spectrum,
of
not the
all,
state is aware of.
OBCA candidate, you cannot, whether you can at all call for the counseling or not in view of the judgment of.
That's not the issue raised in
That's
the
not
writ petition.
for one.
That's a larger issue, not which the state should take into consideration in other matters, but not insofar as this process is concerned. If there are vacancies existing by reason of part
350, 350,
359,
359. Yes, Mr. Banerjee, how
not
you
out
get-
of 9,174, how many have not joined? That will give the clear figure.
Please come to page 42 of the petition. I'm referring to Rule 8.6.
Mm.
An additional panel of 5% of general. An additional panel of 5% of general, scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, OBC category A and OBC category B, exempted category, ex-servicemen, and physically handicapped candidates shall be prepared in the same manner as referred to in sub-rule 5B1 of Rule 8. Kindly turns the next page. 43. I'm referring to Rule 10.4. In case of non-joining of candidates within stipulated time from out of normal panel, the council may issue appointment letter from the aforesaid additional panel of 5% of vacancies in excess of the panel, provided the normal panel is exhausted and the vacancies as worked out remain unfilled. My lord, in terms of Rule 8.6, 5% of 9174 comes to 359, which I am required to prepare. This doesn't mean that all 359 are entitled to recommendation. 5% is a waitlisted. I will cause counseling based on the non-joining reports which arrive at my office from the respective district primary school councils.
No, this 359 you have already reckoned, non-joining.
No, 359 is the list of additional panel which I prepared on the 31st of January 2023.
What was your basis? As I
5% of 9174. 5% of 9174. That comes to the
straight arithmetical calculation.
arithmetical in terms of Rule 8.4.
So
Now-
9174 is the total
Yes, recommended.
recommended candidate.
My lord, in terms of Rule 8.4, all 359 are not entitled to be recommended. I can recommend only those
No,
who have not joined.
Therefore, recommend these 9174 is the total number of recommended candidates.
Yes.
5% of his is work out to 900 something.
No,
359.
359.
359.
Yes.
359.
Yes.
Now you are saying this very well. This is 359. Now I have to gather the non-joining reports.
Yes.
The non-joining reports, then I have to fade in from this 359. It is not that I may found 60 non-joining posts. That out of 359, 60 will be accommodated.
Yes.
There. This is your
60 toppers.
60 toppers will be
Yes.
accommodated there. So is it your case that 56 you have accommodated? They are the only vacancy is 56
Yes.
from all DPSCs.
All DPSCs.
So disclose it by an affidavit.
Very well.
Matter ends over there.
Yes.
Yes, Mr. Mojumdar's client takes that another larger issue.
Yeah.
That how can we accommodate this OBC A category?
Secondly, I am armed with 3 decisions of the Supreme Court. What is the judicially enforceable legal right of a waitlisted candidate?
Now, if the rule provides,
Yes.
Mr. Banerjee, it can be seen from that. Waitlisted candidate, there is a procedure prescribed for preparation of a waiting list.
Yes.
The waitlisted candidates, how they will be accommodated, the rule prescribes. So
Yes.
it is not that they are saying that we have a right as soon as they have been waitlisted, actually you should be accommodated.
No.
Possibly they are saying, please follow the rule to exhaust your.
We have followed the rule.
So disclose it in your affidavit. আসুন তো।
But my submission is the total number of vacancies non-joining is 56.
The petitioners, আচ্ছা প্রথমে লিখুন affidavit service and the what is that? This is acknowledgement for payment of this debitory court fees filed on behalf of the petitioners. The kept the record. The petitioners participated the selection process initiated by this was the Board of Primary Education
West Bengal Board of Primary Education.
in the year 2022.
2020.
Yes, 2022 recruitment process.
You initiated in 2022.
Correct.
2022. But they are not. Your clients are not successful. Obviously not successful.
No.
Waitlisted. They are all
No waitlisted candidate is successful.
Obviously not.
we only get an entry if somebody else don't join.
They are the, well, not. But they are the waitlisted candidate of the said selection process. The petitioners are alleging that though there are sufficient vacancy occurred due to non-joining of the successful candidates, still they have not been accommodated
Recommended.
and recommended for appointment. Stop. Mr. Mujumdar, learned senior advocate for the petitioner suffers that on the basis of rule 8(6), na?
86, yes, page 42.
8(6) of the West Bengal Primary School Teachers Recruitment Rules 2016. A waiting list of 59
359.
candidates was prepared, but only 56 OBC 56
OBC A category.
candidates were given appointment.
No, not appointment, recommended.
Called for counseling.
Were recommended for appointment. Without the board is obliged to disclose the total number of vacancy occasion due to non-joining of the successful candidates. Stop. Mr. Banerjee submits, Mr. Banerjee and a senior advocate for the board submits that such vacancy was occurred in respect of 56. Such vacancy was occurred in respect of 56 for posts. Accordingly, the candidates from the merit list in terms of
From the waiting list.
merit,
From the waiting list.
waiting list, merit were recommended. Stop para. The board is directed to file an affidavit disclosing the total number of vacancy occurred due to non-joining of the successful candidates on the next date of the
For the 2022 recruitment process.
that I initially said this. The such affidavit be formed within a period of 2 weeks will suffice.
3 weeks, my lord.
3 weeks from date. The reply to the said affidavit. Don't treat it as an affidavit. No, the point is very simple. 359.
Make
I
it
got
report in the form of an affidavit.
Very well. File a report in the form of an affidavit. ওটা আর কি disclosing affidavit ওটা। So exception to the said report, if any, be filed within a period of 1 week from the date of receipt of copy of such evidence of it. Let it appear in the list 4 weeks hence.
Grateful.
Okay.